What's up, guys? Today we're going to take a look at how to set up the Z-guard and some important details here. Also comparing Z-guard with knee shield. So knee shield, I have a whole video on how to set up the knee shield, but just the basics here so we can compare with the Z-guard, okay? The knee shield, I have my hook on his leg here, right? Trapping his leg. That's basically the control that I have over his leg. And then the knee shield goes on his chest here, okay? Between his sternum and his shoulder, I don't cross his center line, otherwise he can start smashing my leg, right? And my arm is here controlling his arm and framing here against his neck. That's the knee shield. The Z-guard is basically a knee shield, but lower, okay, at the hip, okay? And I'm gonna connect my feet together, okay? Now look the differences here. When I have the regular knee shield or high shield, it's hard for him to lean forward because my knee is against his chest, right? So it's harder for him to lean and kind of milk kick his leg back because he can't get as much parallel to the mat. With the knee shield, he can do that. He can lean his torso and kick his leg back, okay? So that's the reason why with the Z-guard, we either touch our feet together like this or even crisscross my feet depending on the length of my leg, right? With the regular knee shield, I have only my hook there, which is enough to control the guy because it's harder for him to milk kick out of this, right? He cannot drop his torso. So that's one of the differences there. Usually, look what happens here if I'm playing with my knee shield. If he smashes my knees together, if my knees touch each other, my feet separate. Okay, so look at this. As he smashes my knees, my feet separates, right? And he can again milk kick out of this or windshield or something. So anytime that he smashes my knees, it's a good time to start transitioning into the Z-guard, okay? Because with the Z-guard, my feet won't be separated because my knees don't touch each other. How come? Because my knee, I want to bring it back here right on top of his thigh, okay? If my knee is on top of his thigh here, my knees won't touch each other, right? There is something in between my knees, right? If my knees are not touching each other, then I can crisscross my feet. Right? You guys can try at home. If my knees are touching each other, my feet here is very weak. If my knees are apart, I can lock this and I can prevent him from milk kicking. So I have my regular shield. If he smashes, I bring it back towards his hip. My knee right on top of his thigh, so the top part of my shin against his hip bone, but resting on top of his thigh. And now this leg I have to adjust to. I don't want my hook anymore, right? I don't want my hook anymore here. I want to shoot deeper so I can actually connect my feet together. And that's the Z-guard. Now if he tries to smash my knees together, my knees won't touch each other, separating my feet. My knees stay open because my leg is on top of his thigh. I can again just touch my feet together or crisscross depending on the length of my legs, but this is how you play your Z-guard there. You don't play your Z-guard with your shin across the stomach, okay? Because my feet will separate, he's gonna blow through this. Another important thing here is with the Z-guard, I want ideally the guy sitting on his heel, okay? So the bottom leg here, I curl my back heel towards my butt. And the top leg, I push against his hip, making him sit on his heel, okay? So if he tries to get up now, it's very hard. I keep him seated, right? If this is not engaged, if it's kind of loose, then he can get up and start passing, doing other type of passes, okay? So always here, curling and pushing, especially if I see that he's trying to get up. If he's relaxed, of course, I relax too so I don't waste energy. But anytime I see him prepping to get up, I curl and I push. Curl the bottom leg, push the top leg against his hip, making him sit on his heel, right? Because if he's sitting on his heel, what does he need to get up? He needs to align his hip with his knee, right? That's how he's gonna start getting up. If I keep him sitting on his heel, he gets stuck here, right? So that's the action, the scissors action from the Z-guard to keep the guy sitting on his heel, and then you can start attacking from there. All right?